Hi everyone, welcome to Cluster. I'm going to be showing you how you can access data from ILEARN for all of your students. As you can see, I am in one of the documents for the Bubble Kids, and I have found one student who's a Bubble Kid. He is only a Bubble Kid in ELA, so in the math areas, NA has been put in just so I don't have to worry about, should he have anything in there for next steps or not. As I get ready to go and find my information for iLearn, I can actually go through the cluster slideshow, but there is also an email that was sent by me, Megan, with the links that can get you to your account. So I'm going to just click on the link and go to that site. Oops, and I was already logged in, so I'll log out real quick. When you're here, you would log in. You'll always get a new password every year. But if you've already done this, which I hope you did last week by Thursday, you should be able to just log in. Once you log in, you click on Score Reports. When you get to this page, there's a couple things to pay attention to. So if I'm clicking right here, I'm not worried about who I had last year right now. I'm worried about how to help my students for this year. So I'm going to make sure I click on this bubble right here that says Scores for my current students. And if you are like me and were somewhere else last year, you really want to make sure that this doesn't say Chamberlain or another school. You want to make sure it says Goshen Middle School. Once I've clicked here for Goshen Middle School, I'm going to look at ELA or math, and in some kids it's going to be both. Since the student I'm looking at did not have anything for math, I'm going to go to the ELA part and click on the number 12 where it says number of students tested. It brings me then to this page that shows a bunch of information about all the kids and some other scores. But if I click right here on my course, it takes me to this where I just click View. And then it shows me all of my students. And in this case, this is my advisory group. And then I have my student who I'm looking at, Jose, who is approaching proficiency. It kind of helps me verify that. And when I click on his name, and then I click View again, it will show me all of his data. As I look at this page, I scroll down because I want to find out how he did in all of his work. So as I look at this, I can see that he is at or near in all of our three areas that we are reporting on. And we have our key ideas, our structural elements, and the writing. So as I look, I can see that he did pretty well on his key ideas. He's actually a little bit above right there. You can see a little white dip. But I still want to think about, since he was an approaching learner, what are those next steps that I can do for Jose as I'm working on teaching? So I'm going to come here and just highlight my next steps. And I'll start at the end so I don't have to worry about what the results mean. I'm not highlighting the words next steps because that's what the document will hold. And I can just see it says to ask your student to read a story or nonfiction text and describe multiple characters and the setting in detail. Identify main ideas with your student and select quotations that support the key points. Ask him or her to find and explain simple figurative phrases. So what I would do is I would actually be thinking about, okay, what standard am I teaching in this next window? What are some things that maybe I'm teaching this week that I can think about with that? So I'm going to actually click Command C to copy that information. I'm going to come back to my Bubble Kids document. And since I got that from the Key Ideas section, I'll click here and I'm going to hit Command and then V to paste it in. I don't want to have to read it like crazy like that. So once it's in, I'm going to just click Format, Text Wrapping, and then Wrap. And then all of that will show up in one box. As I finish this one, I'm just going to go back to my online report, grab the next one, take some time to read it, put it back in here, paste, format, wrap. I can see it all. Then I'll go back and do the same thing. I'll go get his writing. Command C, Bubble Kids, Command V, format, text wrapping, wrap. So now I have all this information in for Jose, and now I can look and see, okay, if I'm working this week, are any of the things that are listed in the next steps things that I would attend to in my standard? And now I can use this to plan and add right into my lesson plans or my unit plans ideas for differentiation that maybe I'm getting from this, or things I want to make sure I talk to the kids about to make sure that I'm hitting on those pieces. Once I have all my information in for ELA, math, for all the students that are listed, there should be at least 20. Then I'm ready to think about those next steps of differentiation, getting them in, and working on adding that to my plans for the week and even into unit plans for future opportunities. After that, please complete your exit ticket, and that would be our time for cluster. Thank you. Have a great week.